Yo, welcome back. Today we're going to be answering the age-old question: are the Minnesota Vikings legit contenders in the NFL in the 2022 season?
Legit.
You got any thoughts to start us off here?
Are they legit contenders?
Yeah.
Do I think they can win the Super Bowl?
Yes.
No.
You don't think so?
I don't think they can win the Super Bowl.
Can they make an NFC championship?
Yeah, I think they can. I think that in the NFC, it's such a toss-up. I think they can make it Super Bowl. I don't see them winning it though.
Yeah,
I think they can make it Super Bowl. Come on now, you're being a little unrealistic with that. I mean, they are 8-1 now.
I don't think they can win the Super Bowl.
They're tied for the best record.
Can they make the Super Bowl?
That was the question.
That's debatable. That's debatable.
Is it debatable? I think they can.
Let's go through their teams. They're 8-1. They have 8 wins in the season.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go through the teams they've beaten.
And also, every single one of them 8 wins is within 7 points.
Will they be the 1 seed in the NFC? Will they have the bye?
Let's talk.
Real question.
Talk. So, week 1 they beat the Packers.
Mm-hmm.
The annual Packers week 1 letdown.
Right.
They beat the Packers. Then they beat the Lions. That
Okay.
defense is tough.
Yeah.
Then they beat the Saints. That defense is tough. Then they beat the Bears. That defense is tough. Then they beat the Dolphins. Dolphins are a good team. That defense is tough. Then they beat the Cardinals.
Yeah.
That defense is tough. Then they beat the Commies.
Listen
I
here.
don't even know where they play football.
Eli, don't sit here and try to.
Dude,
boost
I'm
up
on the
Washington
Commanders,
Commanders.
dude. I've been saying the Commanders are good. And
So where are they going to finish?
Their defense is good.
Where are they going to finish in their division?
I think they can be a wild card team.
But hey, moral of the story is
I think
the Vikings have
can
seen.
be a wild card team. They did just beat an undefeated Eagles team, and I think Taylor Heineke is good.
So are the Texans going to be a wild card because Dameon Pierce had 130 yards on the Eagles?
I'm not saying that, dude. I'm saying that they have the weapons to go. I mean, Brian Robinson had a pretty good game. You know, you got Antonio Gibson who had a really good game. Jahan Dotson is back. Terry McLaurin is Terry McLaurin. And then Taylor Heineke can get it done. That offensive line is not bad, and that defense is proven.
I don't think they're I don't know what they've proven, but I mean,
They have the guys. I'm telling you. They just beat the Vikings. I mean the Bills. Big comeback win. I just don't get Kirk on primetime. That's all I gotta say. And if the NFC Championships primetime, I don't want Kirk in this game.
Well, I mean, what I was getting to was they've played two good defenses all year, and in the Eagles and the Bills, and yet they look good against the Bills. Justin Jefferson, it took Justin Jefferson having like 100 yards in the fourth quarter to win the game, and I mean, overtime was a coin flip, but it's just like they haven't beaten any defense that's like elite.
yeah.
And I mean, Kirk threw 3 picks against the Eagles.
Mm-hmm.
Threw 3 picks. He's 16 touchdowns, 8 interceptions. It's Kirk Cousins.
Right.
That's like average Kirk Cousins. I don't see it. Their defense is not elite. I mean, the NFC is loaded with defense. I mean, you got the Niners, Cowboys.
We don't need to cut. Go ahead now.
But I mean, what I'm saying is, the NFC is loaded with elite defenses.
Mm-hmm.
You got the Niners. That's an elite defense. The Cowboys, elite defense. Eagles and Giants. It's just like that it's loaded with defense, and they're bound to hit a speed bump. I mean, they're going to win their division. That's not a debate. They're going to win their division. I think
they can be the 1 seed.
I don't know. I'm with you.
They do play the Eagles late in the season.
If you look at it,
down the stretch.
if you look at their team, if you look at the games that they've played this season, there hasn't been a game where they've kind of. Most Super Bowl teams, they get that regular season win where it's like, okay, these are the guys, or like these guys can be those guys.
The Bills this weekend.
Yeah, but
I will say this upcoming schedule, they got some tests.
that's what I was getting to.
The Cowboys, they got the Cowboys, the Patriots, the Jets, the Lions, the Jets, Lions, and Colts. It's not the toughest.
And they got to see Fields again.
They got to see the Giants. They got to see Fields and Aaron Rodgers, who's kind of having a back week.
Well, we'll see. We can come back to this debate after those games. But looking at it right now, I would have to say I don't see them as contenders just because of the fact that I think there's multiple teams in the NFC who are much better. And like you said, like you alluded to with Kirk Cousins, that's not a guy you want to bet on in the playoffs. I want to say he has one playoff win for a career. Not a guy you want to bet on in prime time. Just an average guy. The defense is average. You have Jay Jettis, who's fantastic, all world, number one receiver in the league in my opinion. You have Thielen, who's aging but still a very valuable target. They just brought in Hawkinson, who's looked great in that offense. Also, I'm not a big truster in Dalvin Cook. I don't think he can be a guy who he's the workhorse like a Derrick Henry possibly, where you just give him the ball and he can get you a playoff win. I don't see Dalvin Cook being that guy. So I just don't see what makes them a team. I don't see what makes them a threat. Outside of Jay Jettis and Thielen, because that's a fantastic receiving duo. Outside of that, I just don't see any threats on that team. The defense isn't great, the quarterback's not great, and the running back's not great.
I'm looking at the stats here. Kirk Cousins is having like a sort of a career low year, and there's only room for improvement. It looks like based off the stats, it looks like they're letting him take more risks downfield. Like they're gaining a little bit of trust in him. What is going on? We're in his 5th season. He's 34. He already has more interceptions this year than he did last year, and his QBR is the lowest in his career, aside from his 2013 season in Washington. So, what I'm looking at here is it looks like they're letting him take more risks downfield, and it's not paying off right now. But I think this can pay dividends going down the line, and that his completion percentage is only going to go up as he's proven in the past that he can have a better one.
Do you think they're contenders? Do you think they can win the Super Bowl?
I think you never really know when you get to that time of year.
That's not the question, Eli. Are they contenders?
Dude, I think they can go to the Super Bowl.
Do you think they can win the Super Bowl?
Yes, I think
You think
they
they can win the
win
Super Bowl? Okay.
I think that they're built in a way. You said there's nothing really that pops out to you. I mean, like T.J. Hawkinson, Adam Thielen.
T.J. Hawkinson pops out to you?
Yes, he pops out to me. He's a top 10 tight end in the NFL.
A top 10 tight end is a special talent, Aaron?
Yeah.
Yes, it is a special talent.
Oh my
especially
God.
when you got Kirk Cousins at the helm.
I said pops out. I'm talking about...
Well, you also got Dalvin Cook, Justin
he doesn't
Jefferson,
pop out.
Adam Thielen. Dalvin Cook does not pop
No,
out to
he
you.
doesn't.
Here's the thing, Eli. I see choke points with this Vikings offense. Kirk Cousins has been sacked 25 times this year.
Yes.
All
I gotta say is the weapons are there for him, and they're kind of letting him take risks, and I'm liking it. And that defense has been pretty well done.
It's been okay. It's not great.
The difference I see
it's done good
between
enough to go win them an NFC
the Vikings and teams like the Eagles, the Cowboys, and like all those teams is the Eagles beat teams by multiple scores. They play teams like the Lions and like
Steelers.
They beat those teams like they're supposed to beat them. They were in one possession games with the Lions, Saints, and the Bears.
and the Broncos.
And that's before the Justin Fields
Yeah.
breakout.
I don't know. I just feel like they win games. It's just like they have that winning
That's fair.
spirit.
That's fair.
So-
And didn't Justin Jefferson have some injury troubles a couple weeks back?
Yeah, he's back to full health.
yeah.
He looked
So,
good this weekend.
I think I saw. I can't remember, somebody on TikTok say it was like the greatest wide receiver game they've ever watched.
Yeah.
And it's probably up there, dude. It was fun to watch. I watched like the. I didn't get to see the catch because I was watching my Titans, but yeah, it was very impressive, that catch he made, the couple of catches he made.
Yeah. But I mean, when the playoffs start and it's time to win, and Justin Jefferson is drawing all the attention,
right?
Who on the other side of the field is going to take over? Because I don't think the Kirk Cousins Adam Thielen connection is going to take them to a Super Bowl.
And I don't see Dalvin Cook being that guy that's going to take them home either.
The offensive line isn't
Or
great.
T.J. Hawkinson for sure.
The defense is average.
He's a game
Like
changer, I'm telling you.
they need somebody like if they had like a bona fide wide receiver too
Mm-hmm.
that could go out and give you 100 on any night.
I think it's
Who's their wide
Is
receiver?
they
Then there'd be something to
Who's
talk
their
about.
guy?
oh my God, what's his name? Number 17. It's the oh my God.
Oh, hold on.
Figure it out, stats guy.
What is his name?
Jalen Rager.
No.
No, didn't they?
KJ Osborne.
Yeah.
KJ Osborne's
Yeah.
been solid in the slot this year, but he's not a guy. Thielen, Now, if this team had 2019 Thielen, I think it'd be even more of a debate. I still don't think they're contenders, but you can tell he's kind of lost his step. He's still a great possession receiver, still a great target for a guy like Kirk, but he's lost a step. He's no longer in the top 10 question. He's no longer even really top 15, top 20. So, like you said,
he's still there, and he's still Adam Thielen. He's just older now.
Once it's playoff time and they hone in on Jefferson, them coverages, and then playoff defenses, once all the attention is on Jefferson, I just don't see how that team will
will say those teams that were competing for NFC championships a couple years back with Kirk Cousins, they're definitely better than this team. The defense is definitely way better. The Stephon Diggs debate, they had him. I feel like if you had Kirk and a couple more seasons in that offense, I think they could have made a win and got it.
They went to the NFC Championship with who's the Bills' backup?
The Minnesota Miracle.
The Bills' backup.
It wasn't Kirk. Case Keenum.
Yeah,
Case Keenum took him to an NFC Championship. Kirk Cousins signed with the same team the next year, and Kirk Cousins won one playoff game. And the playoff game he won was against the Saints, and there really should have been a PI call in overtime. But Kirk is not a proven guy in the playoffs, and I just don't see how this team.
He's a 3-time Pro Bowler, which is kind of irrelevant because that's a fan vote. I hate the Pro Bowl.
Everybody, I love Kirk Cousins. He's so cool.
Yeah.
He's a great person. He's fun.
I don't know what it is. Your theory on he goes to bed early is why he can't play on.
Yeah. He's whipped. He plays football with his wedding ring on.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, that's a tough man out there.
Yeah, I don't see any.
Yeah,
I don't either.
I just see room for improvement in his stats this year. I think they can go mid 1 seed. I'm not too sold on a Super Bowl this year, but I can see them making the Super Bowl.
Well, I say no.
No.
Right now, I'm stuck because they look pretty good. I'm gonna say yes. I think they can go win a Super Bowl.
All right.
Well, I think that wraps it up for this segment. Tune in to the next one.